Hi guys, welcome back to the news. Olusegun Obasanjo, the former Nigerian president, has reviewed his discussion with leaders of the Boko Haram terrorist group in the northwest during the group's early days of insurgency. Let's find out more as we hit the news. But if you're joining us for the first time, you're very much welcome. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. The former president Olusegun Obasanjo, in his recent address at the launch of a book titled The Pillars of Statecraft and Nation Building in a Changing World, anchored by his daughter, Dr. Kofo Obasanjo Blackshear, has shed light on the early stages of the Boko Haram insurgency in Nigeria. And the news came to limelight days after the same Nigerian politicians had accused President Tinubu's partner, Shettima, of funding terrorist group in the country. However, a picture went viral displaying Mr. Shettima dining with some people who were said to be terrorists, but the reporters called them the Fulani people who are in need of help. And during a recent event held in Lagos, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo revealed that the founders of the terrorist organization had expressed to him that poverty and unemployment are the major factors that fueled the crimes committed by the Boko Haram members. So the former president had emphasized the urgent need to address the dire state of education in the country, particularly concerning the nearly 20 million out-of-school children. He warned that if this issue is not promptly and effectively tackled, then it will serve as a breeding ground for future leaders and members of the Boko Haram. And Chief Olusegun Obasanjo's remarks underscored the critical link between poverty, unemployment, lack of education, and responding to the questions from an audience member about the recent government measures being more politically oriented than focused on the people. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo highlighted the tendencies to find scapegoats for the nation's challenges as a significant issue. So he explained that at least one of the fundamental problems facing the nation was the search for individuals or group to blame instead of having to address the root cause of these issues. So recalling his personal experiences during the early days of the Boko Haram, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo reviewed his attempts to engage with the group members and also to understand their motivations. He expressed that their primary desire, were simply to attain a better life for themselves. He acknowledged their belief in the Sharia law, but reassured them that it was not incompatible with the Nigerian constitution. So Chief Olusegun Obasanjo further disclosed that some members of the Boko Haram had informed him that they had received an education, but they were unable to find employment. So he questioned whether, they could be blamed for seeking a livelihood, and also emphasized the critical role of government, the crucial role of government and leadership in addressing such issues. So all these are, pointing hands to the government, since the government failed to do the needful to provide, basic amenities for the citizens. They have decided to take another route by embarking on insurgency, banditry, and also kidnapping for ransom and other, evil vices. But the former president drew the attention of, so many number of out school children in Nigeria, which exceed about 20 million. He urged the audience to consider the implications of this situation, emphasizing that countries with fewer than 200 million people are fewer in number than the out of school children in Nigeria alone. So what he's trying to say is that about about 20 million people, are few in number compared to those that are out of school. That's the out of school children, the school dropouts, those that are not going to school. He warned that failing to address this issue, this educational crisis we are facing in this country, it will contribute to the creation of future Boko Haram recruits. And Chief Obasanjo attributed poverty and lack of effective leadership as the conscious or unconscious choices made by the Nigerian leaders. So the Boko Haram insurgency originated in Bauchi in July 2009 after, before it started spreading to other northern states, resulting in numerous fatalities among followers, law enforcement officers, and even citizens. The following years witnessed a surge of attacks across the northeast and other parts of the country, including bombing, mass shooting, and executions. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo's insight shed light on the underlying factors that contribute to the growth of these extremist ideologies, such as those embraced by the Boko Haram. And by addressing the issue of poverty, we need to address the issue of poverty, we need to address the issue of unemployment, we need to address the issue of our education. And Nigeria can as well take a significant step towards mitigating the conditions that will foster a good government. However, his remarks underscore the importance of inclusive governance and leadership that will prioritize the welfare and the development of the Nigerian people. Only by tackling these challenges can one build a nation that will be prosperous for all its citizens. So my country people, the former President Olusegun Obasanjo have reviewed the discussion he had with the leaders of the Boko Haram terrorist group in the northeast during his reign as the president and during the group's early stages of insurgency. He also reviewed that the government, has to do more. That Nigeria problem is we are always looking for who to blame. We are always looking for who to point accusation fingers at. That is the problem we are facing in this country. We should stop pointing fingers and we should start fixing problems. That is what we ought to do in this country, and that is what our federal government have failed to do. So my country people, what are your thoughts concerning this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you. Bye for now.